Cheongsong Prison was located in such a remote countryside that whenever prisoners were seriously sick, they were treated in a hospital in Andong or Yeongyang province, which were far away from the prison. Whenever that happened, the prison officers were alerted because the prisoners looked for any chance to escape. The officers were sent to the hospital to check on them around the clock. For that reason, Elder Park was in and out of those hospitals often. One day, when he was in one of the hospitals in Andong, he ran into one of his high school classmates. Decades passed since then, but still he was able to recognize him. Anyone could tell that he was a wealthy person. He was wearing one of the most expensive brand name eyeglasses. His wrist watch was a Rolex, and the size of the diamond in his ring seemed like bigger than Elder Park's eye. Elder Park asked, "Byung-gun, what are you doing in this hospital?" "I work here," he replied. Elder Park thought he was a doctor, but he remembered that Byung-gun was not genius, and he never studied hard in high school enough to become a doctor. So he asked, "How did you become a doctor?" Then Byung-gun said, "Why should I become a doctor?" Elder Park asked again, "Then what is your occupation in this hospital?" Byung-gun replied, "I'm in charge of the morgue." Elder Park said, "How do you make so much money working in the morgue?" "I do not get much pay, but I work in here for years, and I supply all the funeral-related supplies to the families of deceased people." Most families do not object to high prices because they want to get the best of everything for the deceased. Elder Park then told him about his salvation experience and asked him to accept Jesus Christ as his Savior and the Lord of his life. To his surprise, Byung-gun said yes, and as soon as he heard it, "But I have one condition," Byung-gun said. "I am going to drink much alcohol as I want and play like I want. And about 1 year left for me to leave this world. I will trust Jesus and go to heaven." Elderbach asked him, "How do you know about heaven?" Byung-gun replied, "I know about it even though I never attended any church. I've been handling dead bodies for years. So once I look at the face of a dead person, I can tell that he or she went to either heaven or hell." He continued to tell Elder Park what he witnessed for years. "I can tell the dead person whether he or she was a Christian or non-Christian. When I would see the face of a dead person who was not a Christian, I would feel the chill coming up from it. Every dead person who was not a believer had a distinct face. The face was badly frowned, or the tongue was out of the mouth, or the eyes were open wide. But a Christian's face had a complete peace. Didn't matter how long the person was sick or hurt. Whenever the time for a Christian to pass, the person's face got bright and peaceful. They did not look like dead people. That's why I know Christians will go to a better place." But Byung-gun continued to drink and live like he wanted to. As Elder Park thought about what his friend said, he knew for sure that those people who are about to die could see the invisible spiritual world. And those who never trusted Jesus would have seen the evil spirits who are about to take them to hell. Therefore they were filled with fear, and their faces became frowned, their eyes opened wide, and their tongues were stretched. Many of those people heard the gospel of Jesus Christ when they were healthy and young, but they brushed it off. They probably never thought about the existence of hell or heaven. But those who trusted Jesus as their Savior and the Lord of their lives, when they were about to leave this earth, they would have seen the gate of heaven open for them. And with the bright light, they see the angels who came to take them eternal home. Their peaceful faces were the evidence of what they saw before they departed this world. How wonderful it is to save in Jesus Christ. You will never know when you die. Therefore, you cannot get yourself ready to receive Jesus Christ 1 year before you die, like Byung-gun said. That's foolish.